Welcome back. Well, tomorrow marks the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, and there will be tributes all across the nation, including a special ceremony right here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue will conduct a tolling of the bell Saturday morning at 6:45. Tim Szymanski has led this tradition for the last 19 years. It is a responsibility that the longtime fireman feels deeply moved to take on. Dave Hall has more in this special report.
I am in a situation with American learned a possible hijack.
I was out jogging real early in the morning, and as I was going through the park, an elderly lady stopped me and she says, do you know they're bombing New York?
Tim Szymanski quickly ran back to his house, turned on the TV, and was horrified.
Being on an engine for all those years I was, you think about the adrenaline that was flowing through them, and let's get up there and let's see if we can. You saw a lot of smoke. How are they going to put the fire out? You know, being a firefighter, you could feel what they were feeling at the same time.
343 firefighters were lost that day. It's been Szymanski's mission to honor and remember them every day since. At Las Vegas Fire Department Station number 5, there's a piece of the wreckage from the World Trade Center. It's a twisted, mangled reminder of what was lost.
Remember the sacrifice that those 343 firefighters made that day. I don't think anybody will forget that, especially if they're a firefighter.
Las Vegas Fire was also donated this American flag that once flew above the World Trade Center. It flies once a year now, only on September 11th. Just a few days ago, this special survivor tree was gifted to the department. It's a seedling from a tree that was found in the rubble and amazingly survived. Szymanski says people stop by Station 5 to pay tribute all the time.
And it's amazing. We see people come here at 3 o'clock in the morning and look at this, or they'll touch it. And we have the tree. Everything is out there where people have access to it at all times.
Saturday morning, Szymanski will do something he's done every September 11th for the past 20 years.
If you'd like to attend the tolling of the bell ceremony this year, again, it starts promptly at 6:45 tomorrow morning. The location is Fire Station 5. The address is 1020 Hinson Street. It's right across from Hyde Park Middle School.
Year after year for the fire department. Talk a little bit about it. What's going to happen tomorrow with a tolling of the bells?
So the tolling of the bells is, in the old days, we used to ring the bells in a station to notify all the firefighters on the department that one of their own had fallen in the line of duty. We were asked to do that on the first anniversary, all the fire departments across the United States, so we did it, and we've been doing it every year since. So it's an internal thing. So when we do it tomorrow, it's transmitted to every fire station in southern Nevada. They will be lowering their flags to half staff at exactly the same time that we are doing it. So it was kind of like an internal thing, but people found out that we were doing it, and they says, can we stand out there with you when you're doing it? So tomorrow we're doing it for the 19th year in a row. And we expect quite a large crowd each year. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
There's a tolling of the bell. Nobody really speaks. There's no mention of the names of the deceased, but there is a moment of silence, and there's the singing of the national anthem, correct?
That's right. The national anthem was sung by a New York City firefighter that's retired and lived here. He was actually there when the building collapsed, and he lived. He'll sing the national anthem. We are lowering a flag, a 9/11 flag that we got from the World Trade Center, and it's over a piece of metal from the World Trade Center, and that's at Fire Station 5.
We're here at Firefighters Memorial Park on West Oakey, and Tim, you said there was a lot of planning that went into this edifice we see behind us. It's got a lot of symbolism. It was designed by a firefighter. Talk a little bit about how this came to be.
So we wanted something on the first anniversary, so we worked day and night on putting this together. It was designed by one of our firefighters over at Fire Station 3, John Banks. He comes up, it's a nozzle, it's an axe, it symbolizes the thing like a soldier where they put the helmet. And we wanted something that represented all the firefighters that have fallen here in southern Nevada, but we also put that one monument dedicated to the 343 firefighters of New York City.
And there's the names of 31 firefighters from southern Nevada who have passed away through the years too.
Yeah, all the fire departments in southern Nevada, including the test site, any of the firefighters that have fallen in the line of duty, their names are on those monuments.
Yeah, Tim Szymanski, thank you so much. It's so great to see you. You're a fixture here in Nevada. We appreciate you. And boy, we just barely escaped the sprinklers here at Firefighters Park. But it's a beautiful park. Come on by. It's on West Oakey between Rainbow and Jones. And there's actually 2 pieces of the rubble from New York City that just 2 weeks ago were in
good? Station, all units. The tolling of the bell is in remembrance for all those that lost their lives on September 11, 2001, and the 343 firefighters of FDNY on his 20th anniversary.
Underground and non-uniform personnel, precinct.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order.
All right, we'll have 10 seconds of silence. this concludes our tribute. I just would like to remind everybody on the way out that we had the survivor tree that was just planted this past week out in front of the station, and that was also from Ground Zero. All stations, all units, return back to your assigned channels in the tribute. That's it. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Command Battalion 4.
3 and Rescue 5. We're going to have you guys come up on package and any communication with your man on safety.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tim Szymanski, SZYMANSKI, PIO, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. We're at 6500 West Charleston Boulevard at the Sundance Village Apartments. Time of call was 1:20 p.m. So just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, we received multiple 911 calls that an apartment building was on fire in the Sundance Village Apartments. This is near the intersection of West Charleston and Rainbow Boulevard. On arrival, heavy flames were showing from a bottom unit of a 2-story, 8-unit apartment building. Flames were lapping up to the apartment above and extending into the attic. We immediately called for a second alarm, which brought approximately 30 units with about 65 firefighters to the scene. Fire did get into the attic. The wind was pushing it a little bit. It took us about an hour to bring that fire under control. Even though it was an 8-unit building, damage was confined to 4 units. They have heavy damage. The other 4 units have moderate damage and some water damage. About 20 people are displaced. The American Red Cross is responding to assist. The cause of the fire is under investigation at this time. There were no injuries in connection with the incident. We have no damage estimate available at this time.